You could have a girls' night. Why are you going to go out to the bars? What is that?
I think a call is much more attractive than a text.
We already have enough challenges, like fucking making Kyler wear a normal t-shirt.
You have to build yourself back up, and building yourself back up to the place where you need to be builds character.
All right, guys, welcome back to Basement Talk.
Welcome back.
We're back. It always feels good to get back on these mics. Kyler's here in the house. We got Ovase. We got Zach. We're all ready to go. But yeah, we've been wanting to get back on for a little bit. We've filmed a couple of episodes. We're still in the editing process of a few of them, but welcome back. We're excited to be on. And
let's go.
I'm just gonna dive. I don't know why. I just kind of wanted to get this off my chest. I was like, I'm gonna save it for the podcast, save it for the viewers. Couple weeks ago, and I was like, I think this is appropriate to say on the podcast.
Save it for the pod.
Save it for the pod. We say that all the time now. I was on a date with a girl. I'm not going to say her name. And
comment below who you think it is.
I do go on dates here and there. And I was on a date with a girl, and I found myself, which this is not good at all, but I found myself talking about my ex-girlfriend to the girl, and it was once, and then I think I brought her up twice, and it was it wasn't good. She didn't say anything, but I kind of thought in the back of my head, I don't know if this is appropriate.
Yeah.
How'd you bring it up? How did the conversation start?
So we were eating a burger, and we were in Laguna Beach, and I'm eating the burger, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like that looks like my ex-girlfriend's car. And it started just like that. And then she's like, oh, like, who's your ex-girlfriend or whatever? And I'm like, it's so-and-so. I'm not going to say on the podcast. And she immediately kind of turned her head and just kept eating her burger. So I'm like, I don't know. It just kind of felt weird. It was like, I don't know.
Does she like you?
Yeah, she likes me. She wants to go out again.
Was that your first day with her? Or?
How long ago?
It was my first day with her. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Huh. She's in another country right now. But yeah, she has like a big TikTok and an Instagram for nutrition and for
as many girls over here.
Yeah.
How would you have felt if she brought up her ex-boyfriend?
I'd feel weird. I wouldn't feel good. And that's why I'm like, I think I need to ask the boys this, because I don't know how you guys would feel if you went out on a date with a girl and she was talking about her ex, or you started talking about your ex. Maybe that seems like you're kind of still in love with her, or maybe you're still thinking about her and you're on a date with a girl. So I just kind of wanted to save it for the podcast. I don't know.
I feel like for me, I wouldn't it would be awkward on a first date to bring up, you know what I mean? I feel like when you're more comfortable, it's more natural to bring it up, because once you're hanging out with them for a little minute, they know that you're probably not still in love with your ex and stuff like that. But on a first date, that's awkward, especially that scenario.
I was told by a master Rizzler that you cannot bring up your ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, on the first day.
Really?
It's too late.
Why didn't you tell me this? See, you live and you learn.
Well, so are there certain scenarios though where it could happen
if she brings it up?
Yeah.
If she brings it up
naturally.
And is that a red flag?
Not
I think that means maybe she's starting to like you, or she's starting to be into you. Because if a girl is asking about your previous relationship, she's probably okay, why is he not in a relationship? Because she likes you.
Okay, she's talking about your ex-girlfriend, but what if she talks about her ex-girlfriend or boyfriend
or girlfriend? Yeah, or girlfriend.
You never know nowadays. I mean,
true.
You really don't.
Is that a red flag? If she talks about her ex-boyfriend?
Absolutely.
It is, yeah. So then
in any case.
But that's the thing. I'm attracted to red flags.
So this is a red flag and he jumps.
No, seriously, if I'm trying to think, if I was in that situation, if she brought up her ex-boyfriend out of the blue, out of the blue, I'd kind of be like, the fuck? You know?
She said, that's my ex-boyfriend's car, I feel
But I've been in a situation of this. That's why.
Okay, let me listen.
Let's hear about
Well,
it.
I mean, I mean, it's pretty much what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're driving. We were down PCH, you know, driving.
Scenic.
And I forgot exactly how it came up, but she starts talking about how that person hit her up or something and this and that. And I honestly forgot exactly how it came up, like I said, but yeah, she mentioned her ex-boyfriend. I don't know. I didn't know how to feel about that. I didn't know if it was a bad thing.
Was it a first date?
I've done stuff with her in the past. Like we've been on dates, and
so this was like a
rekindling. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
that's a little different.
It's different.
Yeah, that is different.
But still,
because you have like a basis with her. You know what I mean?
True.
I feel like on a first meeting, when you bring it up, then it's like a little.
Yeah.
But also, you can play it off. I mean, it worked well for you.
Yeah.
You're going on a second date.
I mean, I just don't see a reason why someone would want to bring that up unless you miss said person and like.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, or if she's asking you, she might want to see if you're like a player or what your intentions are. I could see that, but
I feel like girls look at that a lot. Like they ask you about your old relationship so that they can like get a view on you. You know what I mean? Like it's a little tactical.
Well, do you think this too, not just them bringing it up, but let's say they're talking bad about that person. Do you think that then there's really a little bit of attachment inside of them with that relationship?
Yeah. I feel like if they don't talk about them in a super like harsh way, then it's like, they've come to terms with that type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I remember like, that's why I want to save it for this. Is like, you guys can leave in the comments what you guys think, but I'm sitting there and I'm eating a burger. And she's sitting right next to me. Very cute girl. She's amazing. She's super nice. And I am finding myself like talking about my ex-girlfriend like in a very casual way. And I'm like, oh my God, this is a red flag. Like, I think this is bad.
You caught yourself.
I call myself and I'm like, this is a good kind of topic to go over. But yeah, I do think it's a red flag. I think it is. And especially making the other person feel kind of like, oh, why are they talking about their ex?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, but after that happened, after you brought it up, what was the aftermath? Did you guys hook up?
We did. We hooked up.
Okay, then the bottom line, you
didn't
you know,
matter.
It didn't
I
matter. Yeah.
I know we hooked up, but still, I don't know. I don't want to show any weakness when I'm like there on the first date with her. Like, oh God, he's talking about his ex-girlfriend. Maybe he still has some feelings towards her, or if I were to be committed with her, then maybe he's still in the back of his mind thinking about, oh, if a freaking, I'm not going to say what car it is, but if that car rolls by, he's going to think about his ex-girlfriend, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where that comes into play. But
or like if you were in the car with her and she's like, oh, this song reminds me of my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I bet, why the fuck you got to say that? Like,
yeah.
You know?
Have you, what is, and I don't know, you probably have some crazy stories, but what's like the most interesting date you've ever been on with a girl?
Interesting date.
What do you mean by interesting?
Interesting can mean a lot of things, but interesting meaning like it can be the funniest, it can be the best, it can gone to total shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't have,
I mean, there's been all sides of the spectrum.
Yeah,
because I know you've been on many dates.
Yeah, there's been girls where I thought were way out of my league, and it turns out, you know, all it took was the confidence to ask them out, and they were down, and it ended up being really cool. Or it's like, you know, there's no conversation, there's no chemistry here. Why am I wasting my money taking this chick out to like fucking Javier's or some shit? Or, you know, you skip all of that and you're, you know, cuddles in a movie.
What about you, Zach? What's like the most, I don't know. It can be a funny, interesting, crazy.
I have like it was like awkward. It was with my ex. It was our first date. We like went out to dinner, whatever. We were hanging out by the beach, like chilling.
Yeah.
I forgot what we were doing, but she was like, oh, like I got to grab something from my house. Like, do you want to come over to my house? I was like, yeah, cool. Like, whatever. Yeah, I thought it was casual. We get to her house and we're like walking up the stairs to like where her apartment complex is. And she goes, oh, like just to let you know, like I've never really like brought a guy home or whatever. My mom's never like met a guy or anything. Like right before we were about to open the door.
Is this recent?
No, this is like
a while ago.
Yeah, high school.
Oh.
What was I gonna say?
You're like, oh shit, I feel special.
So you met her parents off the rip.
Yeah, her mom. It's just her mom. She had a single mom. But in my head, I'm thinking, oh shit, like I'm the first dude she's bringing home, and I just met her. Like it was an awkward position to be in.
Kind of cool though.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was cool to look back on because we ended up being together for a long time. So we're like, wow, I can't believe that was like the first time. I remember thinking you were like crazy.
She was the one.
No. There's many ones.
I went on a date with this girl, and this was like the weirdest date. It wasn't even a date. It was like casual food. I actually met her at the dealership.
Oh, wow.
And I met her in the parts department. She didn't buy a car. She walked through the showroom, and she walks over to our service department. And maybe she'll watch this. This is going to be super funny. That would be funny. And she walks up to our service department and goes, "Hi, I'm looking for paint." And she walks up to a service advisor. The service advisor says, "Oh, you want to see like different colors of paint like on cars?" And she goes, "Yeah, that would work." So the service advisor walks her over to my desk, and my desk is up in the front. And she comes up to me. She's beautiful. And she goes, "Oh, I want to look at different color paint." And I'm like, "Paint? Like I sell cars. I don't sell paint, you know?" And we go outside. I show her all sorts of different colors. And we end up hitting it off. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm an artist. Like I do sculptures for cars." And she paints cars. And
oh wow,
she wants to be a car designer.
That's interesting. Wow.
Very interesting. So she ended up being like genuinely like an unbelievable girl. She's amazing. I learned a lot about her, and I got to know her over a few weeks.
Yeah.
But that night she was like super spontaneous. She's texting me then all day. The rest of the day, I got her a nice kit of paint and parts, and she's texting me, "Hey, like when are we gonna grab a drink? When are we gonna hang out?" And I'm like, you know what? Like, let's do it. I never really hang out with a girl after the same day that I meet her. I just either I'm too busy or I don't want to be like too straightforward with them, or I don't know. And I end up picking her up from her house, and I remember she looks at me and she's like, "Oh, do you smoke weed?" That's the first thing she says.
Wow.
And I'm like, "No, I don't. Like, I don't. I never do." And she's like, "Oh, well, do you want to smoke?" And I'm like,
it's a tough position.
It's tough. I never smoke, and I don't smoke. And I'm like, we can cross that bridge when we get there. Like, what do you want to do? And she's like, "Oh, like I want to smoke." Oh, and I'm like, okay, like
so that's all she wants.
Jesus. So I'm like, "You have weed?" Like I'm like uncomfortable. Like maybe she's got all this weed in my car. Like I don't know what's going on. And
you just met her that day too.
Just met her today, and she didn't seem like, I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we end up driving to a dispensary.
Oh wow.
In Lake Forest.
What a first date.
First date. And
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
like, okay, I've never been in this dispensary in my life.
Those
So
Lake Forest dispensaries
I walk
aren't very
in
nice
I walk in a dispensary, and there's a super skinny guy with like a headband standing by the front. And he's like, "Oh, spin this wheel for like whatever the hell." So I'm like, "Oh, like whatever, this is fun. Like first date, let's spin the wheel." I spin the wheel. Brrr, it goes, and then boom, it lands on like a jar of joints, like the Jeter.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, all right. So we got it for free, and we took it. We ended up going to like just this spot up in Dana Point, and we sat there, and we
indulged in the
indulged, and then took a walk on the beach, and it was like one
cool.
of the
At night?
Yeah,
that's kind of a
night.
vibe.
It was like 12 at night, and
It's
then
spontaneous too. You met her at
I
work.
took her home, and then I saw her a couple nights after that, and we don't talk anymore.
Why don't you guys
I
talk
love
anymore?
I don't know. I
for the
might text
ages.
her actually after
You
this.
should.
But yeah, it was kind of cool. It was one of the weirdest nights I've had.
That could be your wife.
I've had a couple more like that, but
You
yeah.
know, you bringing up that you met her at the dealership sparked this memory in my head. There was this girl that I sold a car to. Amazing young girl. Young woman, I should say. And I didn't know she was so religious, right? So I sell her car, I'm all happy, and more importantly, I'm like, oh my God, she's cute. You know, I kind of want to take her out. So I ended up inviting her out to dinner that night. And or it wasn't that night. It was like a day or two after. I texted her that night. And we planned the dinner, and I go and, you know, I was late. I was like 20 minutes late off the rip. Not a good look. Whatever. We sit down and we order food, and when the entrees get there, she grabs my hand and she starts praying.
No.
Wow.
That's what a good girl.
Right?
I'd wipe her up on the spot. Straight
beautiful.
I was like, I was shocked.
Threw you off.
Wow.
Completely.
Whoa. What were you guys
swung.
conversating about
Kinda
too?
awesome.
Like, what did it go from?
Yeah.
You know, just
What's the
normal
transition into
normal
that?
banter, you know, just kind of getting to know her over dinner.
You're
and,
like, yeah, what? Yeah, like I went to this.
Yeah, just
you know, we're just eating our chips and salsa, and then the food comes out, it's piping hot. It looks delicious. I can't wait to scarf it down. And right before, it's like, you know, she's like, wow, this is delicious, blah, blah, blah. And she like puts her arm out like this, her hands out, and I'm like,
what's going on?
Whoa.
and then she just starts praying. She didn't even warn me or anything. She just starts praying, and I close my eyes, and in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to feel right now. Like, this is so.
Did you feel the Lord?
No,
Oh,
not really.
So,
But I thought it was so like warming, if that makes sense.
that's
like,
what I was just gonna say.
It's a
How
sign
did
that she's
that
comfortable
feel
with you.
inside. It must.
yeah,
have felt good.
she's awesome. We still keep in touch to this day. But I thought that was, you know, and I've been baptized before when I was a kid over in England. I went to a Baptist church, and so I totally get it. You know, saying grace before dinner, all that. But it just, you know,
that's
threw
crazy
me
on
off
a first
guard.
date, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a little bit of an interesting story, and this kind of is a good tie down into what we were talking about in the beginning with like bringing up certain things on the first date.
Oh yeah.
This wasn't the first date. Again, it was like a little bit more than that, but still, it was like the shit this girl was saying. It was like, why are you even telling me this?
Wait, what do you mean? It was more than that?
Like we hung out a few times before.
Okay.
Like even over,
But still pretty like new and early.
still like a new again because it's been a little bit, right? I mean, it's been like a couple of years, and then you rekindle something. Like you guys, I don't know,
Start hanging out again.
Yeah, and we went out. She actually came over here in the basement. We were sitting watching a movie, and we ended up going. We're like, oh, we're hungry. Let's go get food, and everything's cool. But then we're sitting down, and like you were saying, sometimes you just the chemistry doesn't click between you and a person, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, the conversation's weird. But then she starts talking about how she has all these sugar daddies and like just crazy shit about her, you know, traveling and doing all this stuff, and how people will pay her too just to hang out with her. Like,
it's crazy.
There is
a lot of creepy shit though.
And that could we can get into a whole other podcast about all the weird shit that some of these guys will do, because I mean, the shit I've heard out of her mouth and even other girls, like, it's crazy what these girls are doing. Like,
it's also crazy the guy's giving them the money too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, she's telling me how there's these websites where you'll go on there and these dudes are going on there and they're paying these girls literally just to hang out with them and speak to them. There's guys that will pay these girls
Like
just to go out to
OnlyFans
dinner.
Or like different kind of
no, like to go just
normal
have dinner
shit,
with them.
like go have
Wow.
dinner.
Yeah.
And she was telling me how she would have her friend on like a table, like a couple over, just watching to make sure she's okay. And like, these are baller people too. She's like, yeah, I got picked up in a McLaren, like
Damn.
baller people, I guess.
Does
that are
she end
in
up-
Newport Beach?
Yeah.
In this area.
Hey, that
So-
just shows money. Maybe money can't buy you happiness. That goes back to another podcast talk.
I
Damn.
mean,
Did that make you
Rich and lonely.
feel like weird taking her out after hearing
it,
that?
it just made me, it was honestly quite cool to hear all that stuff, because it makes me look at stuff differently as well. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy that all this stuff is happening around me, and it's like, you don't even know it. Maybe we're out to dinner in Newport Beach, and we see the young girls with the older guys, and we're like, what the fuck is this, right? We see it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing.
100%.
And she was one of them, and just explaining to me these stories, and even just other shit where Definitely don't want to say her name. That would not be good.
Would she end up hooking up with the guys, or it was strictly dinner?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, she
should we have her on the podcast
no,
so she can talk?
No,
about
I think Zach knows who I'm talking about.
100%.
I don't think we should have her on the podcast. But
was she a hoe? Did she end up hooking up with these guys? No, for real. I mean,
no. I don't want you to have any diseases, man.
So she was telling me she wouldn't hook up with these guys, but who fucking knows, man? Like maybe she just. I mean, bro. A lot of these girls think kissing too is not hooking up, and
you never know what somebody's like range of something is. I have a question for you guys though. Does that so say you're in his situation, right, and you're taking a girl out like that, and she's that type of girl that has like sugar daddies, makes money in that sort of way. That's how she hustles. Does that change the value of that girl in your eyes?
Change the perspective.
Perspective, for sure.
Oh my God, I got to get into one more thing too, like. Do you guys think it's attractive as well to like have a girl that's super ambitious? Because that was her for sure. She was like so driven to be successful. This like
is that all she was talking about?
A lot. She's like I'm just asking her like, what do you? You're asking and getting to know the person, and she just wants that success, wants money,
that's
and
like
good.
That's different than.
I like that.
Other stuff.
I like
that's
it.
cool. Though.
In a way, I don't like that. I
like it.
I feel like that would push me to work harder.
I like it. You can't say you don't like a nice, hardworking, driven woman that doesn't sit at home all day.
Yeah,
wants
wait
to
for
work,
a guy to come around.
Waits for a guy to come around, scoop her up.
I see both sides.
I see both sides, but I think having a nice, hardworking woman, driven, is ambitious, has goals, goes to work every day and works hard, like doesn't have to go to work every day, but has like a goals and she's always thinking to go and do something.
I find that attractive, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
I feel like that's better too because you have more like confidence in the relationship because you don't think that girl's just there with you for
and she's
financial
there to
reasons.
back you.
I'm a little bit on the other side just because I think there's an extreme of some of these girls where they'll go over the top and only care about that. And I think that's more of a masculine trait.
But it's only attractive to me if they say that and they're actually doing it and they're actually like successful at what they're claiming.
I hate the ones that are
not people that are like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I want to be this. And you meet up with them 6 months later down the road and, it's still
nothing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, that's my little story. I mean, the shit that was coming out of her mouth was nuts. It was eye-opening for sure to hear all that stuff because there's so much going on around us that we don't even realize, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, here, you guys might disagree with me on this, but what's your take? I find it unattractive when a woman is like into you and she shows it. Like, for example, we go, let's just say the OC Fair. Yeah. And she says something like, oh, the guy I like is here right now.
Oh,
something cheesy
well,
like that.
It makes me cringe.
Yeah,
right?
see, that's cheesy.
No, it doesn't have to be like that. But
he means just giving you a broad example.
If a girl is like, oh, you look really good.
Yeah, like one compliment, like for sure. But if it's like, overly like, I'm into you.
If it's pushy right off the bat, then yeah, I feel like it's a turnoff.
I think...
Because less attraction makes me want to chase more, and I like that.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about it like this. If you meet a girl right away, like there's been times where I've met girls and they're not bad looking, but you have that extreme awareness that they're super attracted to you, and you're like, and they're even showing it, and it makes you like a little bit standoffish because it makes it seem like it's too easy to get, and maybe everyone else can get that. 100%.
Going into it with that knowledge, you feel like you have more options because you're like, okay, this is like secured. Like I know she likes me, so what else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets you wondering.
Yeah,
I like attention.
But yeah, I like it too. At a certain point,
I like
certain attention. Like
I don't really like chasing, bro.
No,
I like attention, bro.
Kobe's a closer.
Yeah, like it's just like, I like you.
I don't blame him.
You like me? Yeah.
But then what?
Keep it simple.
You skip all the bases and
then you get married.
I mean, bro, I'm too young to like be in a relationship. But if a girl comes up to me and she shows her interest, I'm gonna capitalize.
Well, yeah, I'm
gonna say, hey.
She's not gonna sit at the dinner table and just be on her phone.
No, but I fucking hate fuck chasing, bro. I don't got fucking time for that shit.
Yeah.
I want a challenge, man.
Dude, you don't need a challenge, bro. I mean,
there can be a challenge with that.
We already have enough challenges, like fucking making Kyler wear a normal t-shirt.
Tell me about it.
Are you gonna take that jab?
What the fuck?
Got him.
Come on, you don't like my t-shirts,
but I have
bro.
another thing. It's in different situations, what is appropriate to get from a girl? Like if you're out on the street and you meet a beautiful girl and you're into her, do you get her phone number? Do you get her Snapchat? Do you get her Instagram?
So,
or if you're in the bar, is it something different? Is it different places, or is it the age of the woman?
Do you feel like girls judge you based off what you ask for?
If the girl's over 25, 30 years old, maybe Zach's feeling good one day, feeling confident, he gets a 40-year-old's number or Snapchat. Maybe a 40-year-old has a Snapchat. Dude, what are you getting?
Diamond in the rough.
What are you getting? What are you guys going to be getting? Like, what are you guys going to be asking for? What do you think is appropriate? Or what do the girls like?
Let me know when you want my answer. You guys go ahead.
I'll tell you my answer, and I'll tell you if I think always get the number. I personally don't even use Snapchat, so that's even like I try to stay off social media as much as possible, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm doing this too all the time. I definitely have my social anxiety of where I can't even approach girls, and I'll be open about that. Like, and I think most people can relate to that.
There's always situations where you're nervous.
Honestly, for me all the time, and it's terrible.
Everyone,
I'm working on it, but
are you serious?
Yeah.
It's funny because
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
We need to work on that.
Bro,
it's bad.
You're the hottest guy in any friend group you join.
Yeah,
you know that, right?
Dude,
you're if you were a girl and that's a big
I haven't used it, that's for sure.
If I was a girl,
we're gonna get back into that topic, but since we're already kind of in, I just want to give a big thank you to Zill Media.
Shout out Zill. Shout out Kyler. Shout out Zill.
Okay. If you viewers are watching, I got the Zill Media hat on. I'm gonna be always wearing this on the pod. Rep the brand.
Rep.
We've got huge news coming.
Big.
We'll save that.
We're gonna save it.
We're gonna save it. But no,
we've got big news coming. But let's get back into the.
Congrats to Zill.
Zill Media. Shout out Zill Media. Thank you so much, Zill Media, for all this stuff.
All right. Back into it.
What do you think, Zach, about the numbers and the Snap?
I feel like numbers the safest bet because everybody's got a phone number, right? They're not going to judge you off of if you ask for Snapchat, anything like that. I feel like, I don't know, casually I'll use Snapchat just to talk to a girl that I'm comfortable with. You know what I mean? But if it's a girl that I'm trying to get with or build a relationship with, I feel like text and calling is more intimate. And that's one thing I want to ask too. If you guys are going to ask a girl to hang out, are you going to text or are you going to give them a call? Because I'm a call person. I love calling. I'm way better just talking.
I need to do that.
Yeah. No, dude, you're a salesman.
I mean,
yeah, but I don't call. I just say, hey, when do you want to go grab a bite
I feel like
eat?
it takes them by surprise, and
like
it shows
that.
a confidence.
How about
in your
this for a surprise, bro?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not have her approach you?
Wait.
Why is the consensus that guys have to go after girls?
I like that.
Why can't they be the one to approach?
What would you give them, Kyler?
What do you mean?
He's like, I give him my email.
No, but for real, like,
I'll give you my dot card
number.
He's like, I give him my address.
Motherfucker. For
Come
real.
over whenever a girl knocks on the door. Can Kyler hang out?
Oh my.
No, so if a girl approached me, I would see kind of.
I'm not saying if a girl, I'm saying why not? Like, why is the consensus? Why is in this social life that we live?
It's actually
why
an
is it
interesting
stereotypical that a guy has to approach a girl to get their number?
Yeah.
Why can't it be organic where it's like a mutual? Have you guys ever had?
You know why? You know why? Just like you talked about the chase, right? You want that chase when going after the girl, and
sure, I know it's a little contradicting from what I said earlier, but. Look, you can't. Have you guys ever had a girl come up to you and get your number or your deeds?
In this basement. The last party.
I have, but
I have, but it's never gone anywhere.
Bro. You're some Brad Pitt looking motherfucker.
Oh my god!
I have, but she was like 300 pounds.
Okay, well, That ain't it, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm not talking about no cheeseburger.
300 pounds.
300.
Dude.
She was big.
Sometimes you're hungry and you
And,
need
then
some shit.
and I gave her a kiss.
What?
Yes.
Mate, that's a double decker. That. It's not a
Mate.
cheeseburger.
Some
Mate.
special sauce from In-N-Out right there.
You gotta give everyone love.
That's a
Hey, yeah,
Hey,
for
by
sure,
the way,
for
to
sure.
go back with what he was saying, I'm calling.
Yeah,
all
right?
day.
I feel
don't
like
do
that's
that.
I feel like girls think that's a really confident
I
approach.
just did that in front of
They
you.
would say, yeah.
If it's like the first time, the first point of contact, you're saying?
No. So like, say you've approached the girl, you've asked for her number, maybe you've texted once or twice, or maybe you haven't texted at all, right?
Okay.
Say it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday night, right? You're a girl that I just swayed last weekend.
Okay.
All right. I give you a call. Hey, what's up? Right? What are you thinking?
I think a call is much more attractive than a text.
100%.
100%.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
No,
think
it
it's a
works.
good
I
look.
never call.
And it's also like, are you down to hang out? Like, I'm not doing any like super casual, and I feel like it makes the first meeting when you guys see each other in person less awkward, right? Because when you're over text,
Yeah.
it's less personable. When you hear their voice type of thing, they get a vibe for what your energy's like,
Comfort.
kind of stuff like that. And then you
Yeah.
hop in the car and it's game.
And
you know?
people are so
Yeah.
scared to do that these days.
When
Yeah,
you guys,
100%.
when you
I'm
guys
scared
are,
to do it
when you
sometimes
guys,
too.
when you guys are like picking up a girl for a date, is there ever like a thought in your mind like, what music do I play?
Yeah, 100%.
Or like, is it
100%.
what kind of vibe is it gonna be?
I play
Yeah.
it safe. I play it
I'll hit-
safe.
I'll
What do
hit
you
the random
play?
Shuffle.
I'll put on like jazz or
No, you don't.
elevator music
Could you imagine?
Sirius XM,
or
chill.
like something neutral. Like, you know, when you go to a massage parlor, they're like,
No, I play Horny Drake.
no.
You know
I'm
what?
kidding, bro.
man?
I put on house
Drake.
music
Yeah.
and I leave it at that.
House music?
Because
Yeah.
everyone vibes with house music.
All girls around our age too love house.
I'll play some
certain
Kygo or
girls.
something, leave it in the background, and
like
if they say something, I'm like,
if
do you
I
want to
if
connect?
I really like the girl, I'm playing Frank Ocean.
If I really like the girl, I'm
Straight up.
slapping some Young Thug.
Oh,
And then with some Dirk on the side, like,
Yeah.
and then you go into some Little Baby.
when
and then,
Kyler
like,
says girls, he really mean trap dudes.
Lady boy.
Yeah, there's
Lady
always
boy.
there's always like a like every time I'm like driving to the girl's house, I'm like, like
Yeah,
I don't know. What if she's like, what the heck is this music? I fuck with country.
you know what?
And I'm just like,
Oh
what?
yeah,
You know, like,
some
I-
bitches
yeah.
really.
She
into
That's
just
happened
like
to me.
switches it up, and I'm like, whoa.
no,
like,
guy. Have you guys seen that meme? It's like when she says she likes the song you're playing, and it's a song you saw on her story like 34 weeks ago or something like that.
Oh my God.
No, I've straight up done that though. I was going out with a girl and I like scoped her Instagram and she had like gone to some concert and I was like, I'm gonna play some of that when I'm in the car straight up.
damn.
I don't know
Yo,
if she noticed.
one time I was watching porn, right?
Okay.
And like I'm done, you know, flush it
I'm
down
done.
the toilet, we're good. And
Wow.
Constant regret.
and like right after, like 5 minutes after, I'm like, this girl came over, so we hop in my car, and when I start my car,
Oh my
the
God.
Bluetooth automatically syncs to my phone. And even
No.
though it was paused on my phone, as soon as I started my car, it played. All she heard was, dude. I don't know.
I
What-
can't believe you're even saying that,
Hey,
dude.
that's the craziest date story. You
That's
should come in with
nuts.
that one.
What?
Oh.
listen, like,
That's
you know, it happened,
insane.
and I recovered by saying, man, I don't remember this part of the podcast.
No way she went for that. There's no way.
No. I was so embarrassed.
And why are you
so
hitting the
embarrassed.
jerk 5 minutes before a date?
You know why. You guys all know why.
yeah.
Okay?
I don't know, man.
Respect.
Oh my
But
gosh.
I mean, let's get into this as well, right? Do you guys think you can have a girl best friend?
This is a topic we debate about a lot.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. I know. I need to be looking at Zach actually.
I think you can under
What?
certain circumstances. I think
Circumcise?
you can. No. Certain circumstances.
elaborate.
I feel like. Okay.
That's a good point. I want to hear
Okay,
why.
I'd say I have 2 girl best friends in my life, right? I do, truly. I talk to them
Me too.
periodically.
This is why I want to hear.
Yeah, every other week, right? One of them I've known since I was pretty young. Both of them I've known since I was in like middle school, elementary school, right? One of them is gay, bisexual, all right? So that's not really, it's out of my element of hooking up with.
So you don't even see her in that sort of way.
No, not at all.
Because she's
not
gay.
at all. And then my other friend is dating one of my best friends. And I honestly, I didn't have that attraction or anything for her before that either. And we were pretty close friends. But I feel like it depends.
Either women. Maybe you're a Long Island or two deep. Either women, if you walk in and they're just naked on the bed. Look, this is a scenario that's never going to happen. But let's just say, you know, in La La Land, this is true. She's naked on the bed.
Yeah.
Are you going to be gay and not?
I'd have to be gay, yeah.
So you would not.
I couldn't.
You would say, hey, this is no. We're just friends.
I couldn't.
So you're gay?
No, I'm not gay. One of them's gay, and the other one's my homie's girl. I'm riding for the team.
No, but even if she didn't have
so we're talking about that situation.
I know you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't because of our relationship.
Yeah,
it's too important.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking about those situations.
No, it's not like that. If you're so close to that friend, no matter what, like it just would be awkward to do that.
And there's this saying, she's like a sister to me, which obviously, you know what I mean? Every girl who's not your sister, you're going to think about in that way at least once, right? But I feel like that's never come into play and it never will. You know what I mean? It's like we have... Dude...
I mean...
I feel like our friendship is more important than trying to hook up with her one time.
What are you trying to say?
I said this once and I'll say it again. Yeah. If you're... And we got a lot of backlash on this. You guys probably saw that short we posted. Maybe a few new subscribers watching this as well.
Yeah, keep the hate coming.
But keep the hate coming. But listen, let's say you're in a happy married relationship. If your mother has a best friend that she's talking to while with your dad, it's weird. I don't care what anyone says. And if you don't think, and if you think it's not weird, there's some sort of, I don't know how you process that in your brain. I really don't.
Different. I feel like that's different. Like what Ovase said in the short that we posted, it's different because of the age. Like when you're older and you're married.
It is different, but at the same time, it's not acceptable.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I
agree with what he's saying. I think like
you think because they're older.
No, if you're happily married and shit, you don't need like girl best friends and stuff. I'm single. Like I ask my friends for advice and stuff like that. It's like a different situation.
Yeah, but that's my take, and we got backlash on that, which surprised me. Like the fact that people disagree.
Let
with that.
Let me.
Yeah. What do you think?
Ask you guys this: what if your mother? I'll look at you because he's my brother. Or I'll look at you. What if your mother's been friends with this kid since they were like in kindergarten? Yeah. Is it then acceptable for your mother to like get a phone call from him?
I don't think a phone call.
If that kid that they went to high school together or middle school, or elementary, whatever it was, if that kid now, fast forward and your mom's 40, 50, whatever it is, if that kid is happily married and like, kids and everything, and like, they have their own family, then I don't see it weird.
Yeah, because I think it is
friends.
Yeah. I think it is offsides, and I say offsides like I think it is kind of morally wrong. But if you guys and if people keep it like professional and like people keep it like and not think about what could go wrong or whatever it is, if everyone's just grown up about it, then it can be fine.
Well, fuck that. Like at this age, I think you were asking like, can a guy and a girl be best friends?
Yeah. But yeah, if I was married and I'm 50 years old and my wife gets a phone call from a guy same age as me and she's like, oh no, it's my best friend. I'd be like, what the fuck? It's fucking weird.
I see that side of it too.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, okay, like, it's her friend since they were little. Like he has a wife and like, I don't know. I think it's weird, but I think it, to a certain extent, it could be fine if it's just kept in a calm way.
It really depends on the situation.
Also depends on the friendship.
Yeah.
How close, how many times.
It's rare for that to work though, I think.
And I feel like you never see that with adults.
There has to be and it works because I've seen it firsthand. If you have immense trust in your partner, then I don't see there being an issue.
Yeah, 100%. That can show that you have like
if you tell me you're going to get dinner, I mean, I don't know, because like I'm trying to put myself in that situation.
Yeah, but every time you put yourself in the situation, you're like, no.
As a guy, I'm like, what? You want to go to dinner? Like, I'm your fucking boyfriend. Like,
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
off.
But like on the other side of the spectrum, like there are people that are the opposite.
I think it pisses me off too when like people say, oh, like especially if let's say you let your girl, you're pissed off that your girl went out with friends or something, and then they're like, why are you pissed off? You're just like insecure. You know, people say that word all the time if in that sort of situation. I think that's fucking bullshit.
Well, it depends.
I think us as men, we're very territorial. So when you have something, it's yours, and you don't want that to be. Why is that going there?
Yeah, but also it won't be a good relationship if you're not both individuals.
Of course.
You know?
What's your
But,
stance on your girl going and having a girls' night? Like, are you the type of people to be like, yeah, sure, have fun, whatever? Or are you like, what the fuck? Like, where's my invite? Like, if you're going to go out to the bars, like, I'm going to be there with you.
Yeah, but I feel like you can't do that every time. You know what I mean? You have to let them like be on their own for a little bit, because how else are you going to build up trust?
Why are you going out? You could have a girls' night. Why are you going to go out to the bars? What is that?
Right.
She might have single
That's a good
friends or
point.
scenarios, but also
go
true.
hang out
But
with
if
your
she's
friends.
going out with single friends,
Yeah, that's even
their
worse.
intention is just to fuck.
Yeah, but
What do you
I
think they're
think
going to get a drink and come back home
but
and play
I
video
think-
games or something?
I think if you are worrying and if you have worry in your eyes about your girl going out to the bar, then you're just fucking scared she's gonna cheat on you.
Yeah. If you trust your,
So if you trust
Well,
your
that
girl,
ties in with trust, yeah.
bro, if you trust your girl and you got a good girl backing behind you,
Let her
fucking
go.
go to the
Let her
bar.
go.
Have
Yeah.
a good time. I love you. I'll see you when you get home.
100%.
I'll be home.
If you need me, if you want me to pick you up, I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm right here. So you got to have that confidence. You got to have that swag behind you saying, you know what? My fucking girl's going to go. She's going to have a good time because she's not going to meet a better guy than me.
100%.
Straight up.
Yeah, that shows
That's
your
true.
confidence
No, that's
too.
true.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good take.
I'm a
I
very,
agree.
I'm a jealous guy.
Of
Like,
course
I
you do.
fucking hate when guys are around my girl or like,
Yep.
I don't like that. And I had a fucking like problem with that when I had a girlfriend because my girlfriend was very attractive. And it bugged me like when other guys would go around her, but I started to learn how to like be okay with it. And then like,
But would your girl like flirt back? Like, is that what kind of
no,
made you
she wouldn't flirt back, but she's just naturally like
a flirtatious
a
personality?
flirtatious person, and she'll like smile and like it's just that's what it was. But if whatever she wanted to do, if she wanted to go do whatever, I was cool with it because I knew like
At the end of the day,
at the
she's
end of the
coming
day,
in your
she's coming
bed.
home. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's kind
And
of
that's hard. I bet you that's hard too, because instinctually you want to be like, this feels wrong, so I should
Yeah.
be defending this. But on the other hand, you're thinking about it. And
You don't
you're
want to
like,
be controlling.
Yeah, I don't want her to think
Yeah.
I'm insecure. I
Yeah.
don't want her to think I think that she would go cheat, type of thing.
I know. And then the last thing you want to do is so I had a long distance relationship, played professional soccer in Europe, and I remember getting a text. I'm 9 hours ahead of Orange County here. I was in Spain, and I got a text from my buddy, and he says, "Oh, I saw your girlfriend at the at this house party the other night." Like, leaves it at that.
What? What a fucked up friend.
I mean, he was a good friend of mine, but still,
At least
yeah,
he told you.
he told me.
Well, I
and
mean,
and
did you
did she
ask
tell
her, like,
you?
was
she
she
didn't,
with other
she
guys?
didn't tell
or-
me
vague,
she
though.
she didn't tell me she went to a party.
Oh.
So I was kind of like it's fine, whatever.
Was it like an occasion, Halloween or something? Like,
I don't remember. It's kind of like blurry. But I was like, okay, whatever. Like, that's fine. And then I texted her. I was like, hey, did you go to the party last night? She goes, yeah, I just went for a little bit. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But that kind of gets weird
Gets
when
under
you
your
when you get a text like that.
Was
it's
that the
kinda like-
beginning of the downfall?
no, this was like early on, like in the
Okay.
like we started dating, and then I moved away.
in the prime of the dating and stuff.
In the prime of the
Yeah.
dating, and to be honest with you, the prime of the dating, I was playing professional soccer. I was playing overseas, so it was like I don't know. It's
You're in a different headspace.
I was in a different headspace. So like I would come home for Christmases, I'd come home for summers when I'd see you guys and things like that, and then now I'm full time home. But yeah, it was like just a weird text to receive, being like all the way over the pond, all the way overseas.
Yeah. Isn't it funny now that you're out of that relationship, right? You've gotten over it. Like, you go through all whatever you went through with
Yeah.
that person.
are
right?
you
get-
over it?
Yeah, I'm over it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. But you get out of that situation,
Fuck
right?
up.
And you go through so much with a certain person, and then once you're over the situation, you can look back on it with a clear head. You're like, damn, I was tweaking for no reason. Like, you're like, I can't believe that little situation got me so upset. You know what I mean? And it's funny to think back on.
Yeah. And every single stepping stone in your life, it's just the path of your life.
Yeah.
I go from dating this girl and dated her for 3-4 years to getting to know her family really well, which is crazy. Getting to know her sister very well, getting to know her sister's boyfriend really well, who his name is. He is the one who got me the job at Audi. So if it wasn't for the path of my life of dating, oh shit, I said her name. I mean, we can blur that out. But dating.
See, bro, you're like real shit now.
I'm gonna bleep both names out too.
That's fine. You're because you keep bringing it up, bro, and it's okay to it. Like, we're your boys. Fuck the Watchers, bro. Yeah. Fuck them.
No.
Miss her.
No. I'll always love her if she ever watches
and you'll
this.
Always care about her.
I'll always
and if
care
she
about
calls you at 3 a.m. and she's in trouble, you're gonna.
I'll always
there.
help her, and I'll help her. I'll help her always. I'll always help her. But
and there, you can't help but thinking, what if?
Yeah.
But you're always gonna think, what if you always help her?
What if what?
What if?
What if?
What if what?
Use your fucking head. What if? What if?
But is there a what if he's already been in a relationship with her?
That was
and
a
he saw
little
the
aggressive. What if?
I don't think there's a what if. With
it's
that one.
It's the path of life.
What if there could be more?
I'll tell you this.
What if there was more?
I'll tell you this.
Than just
whether I end up.
I don't want to.
Whether I end up being in the relationship with the same girl or whether I don't, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is, let's get back on track to the path of life. Yeah. If it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't have had this opportunity of meeting you.
Yeah.
That's
straight up, bro.
Maybe we wouldn't be doing this, right?
We wouldn't be doing this. So life is a domino, and we don't know what we're going to end. Everything happens for a reason. So there's so many different little puzzles and pieces to where everyone's life is so unique. Yeah. You walk around a mall and you walk by hundreds of people, and people that walk past you, you have no idea.
And you're never going to see them again.
You'll never see them again. And you have no idea.
Isn't that trippy?
Every single human being on this earth has a story.
Yeah.
Just like us sitting here right now talking. So it just shows that, like, you have to be grateful for everything that's happened in the past and everything that will happen in the future.
Even the bad shit, because your lowest points can lead to your highest.
Yeah.
Do you guys sometimes feel like even in your life there's moments where it just seems fake and it almost feels like it was supposed to happen and it was part of your path? Because sometimes there's so many things that happen that are so perfect to where perfect, whether it's bad or good too, to where it's like, oh my, this is just what's happening.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of stuff like that, just personally, that like it breaks you down to a point where you're like low or you're not feeling so good. You know what I mean? That you have to build yourself back up, and building yourself back up to the place where you need to be builds character. You know what I mean? And to go through struggle, you can learn how to like handle success.
Yeah, and for me, there's been so many moments where just life feels fake with certain situations. It's like how is this happening? Like what it took for it to happen. Like it's just, I don't know. And I
like how things play out.
How things play out. Just like even I don't know if we put that out, but even the football story, just like, you know, COVID happens too, right? When I want to get out of school, like I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to school anymore. Boom, COVID happens, done. Yeah. Like shit like that. It's so weird, you know?
For me, because I'm religious, I always say it's God. You know what I mean? Because I feel like God works in mysterious ways and everything happens for a reason like that. But it's crazy. It's definitely crazy.
I mean, what was the last thing we were talking about with the girl situation too? What were we just talking about? Because we went off topic there a little bit.
Girl best friends, and then we were talking about Ovais playing porn in his car.
And I gotta blurp out some names there. You guys won't hear those. No, I'm gonna blurp out both. That way there's
I didn't know there were two
blurp names. Out my name. I'm mysterious.
You said I'm not. Oh, sorry.
He said it.
Oh my god.
Man. Here, right here. When you see that,
Zill.
All right.
you know.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of different random topics, but we will have more content coming up in the.
100%.
Yeah, let's talk about the
in the
future of Zill Media and the future of Basement
Should we
Talk.
talk
Yeah.
about what's
So
going on or
importantly,
save
We'll
it?
do it.
or-
We'll do it briefly. So yesterday,
Teaser.
we got big news for Zill Media. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, Kyler.
I could. So the last
talk about
couple of weeks have definitely been super stressful because we've been working on getting this new space for all the production we're doing, and we're gonna have two podcast studios and multiple different studios just for all the content we're creating for clients and what we're doing. We're gonna obviously be able to go in there and make much better stuff. So hopefully we're gonna try to post this Sunday, right?
Yeah, this will go out Sunday.
Sunday, and hopefully by Monday or Tuesday, I'm gonna be signing the agreement with the company that is gonna be my new office. So hopefully it's like a 90% completion right now, but anything could happen. People could swoop in, take it. It's been a whole negotiation process, which I'm definitely learning. But hopefully we're signing that deal, and we're gonna be in there March 1st. And it's very, very exciting for everything. So
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah,
super
briefly,
sick.
Basement Talk will have our first guest on in March
When we're in the
when we're in the new studio. So
yeah.
we may have a guest on in the basement, but it'll probably be a little bit more professional to have them in the new studio. But we are going to be filming every Friday night for you guys, and then we're going to be uploading it on Sundays. So it gives Zill Media a day to edit everything, get everything done. And then
There's gonna be little sporadic shorts and in between.
yeah, you'll
there
get
and
some
stuff.
shorts like throughout the week. But
Yeah.
we're gonna be a little bit more structured for you guys. If you guys want us to talk about anything, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
It helps us tremendously. But we just want to say thank you to all our viewers. We've been getting way more viewers.
Super
We're getting
cool.
more
Super cool.
subscribers, and we
Yeah.
haven't been posting much. So thank you guys for that.
There's
and
viewers like across the globe.
across the globe.
It's crazy.
So we,
I mean-
we appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna be doing great content, and
Pumping it out
we're
consistently.
excited. But again, shout out Zill Media.
Shout out Zill.
let's
Thank
go.
you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Zach, Kyler, Ovase,
Thank you, Co.
and
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Basement Talks. We'll see you next week.
Let's
Basement
go.
Talks, bitch.
Peace.
Let's